Welcome to ThinkTech on OC16, Hawaii's weekly newscast on things that matter to tech and to Hawaii. I'm Elise Anderson. In our show this time, we'll visit the new iLab facility at UH Manoa, where students and the public can work on their innovation and entrepreneurship projects. We'll take a tour of the facility with one of its founders, Dr. Choi of the College of Engineering at UH Manoa, and we'll see all the design features and equipment that have been installed there. ThinkTech has seen innovation centers at Mid-Pac High School and the Sullivan Science Center at Iolani School. But most recently, we had an opportunity to visit the brand new iLab at UH Manoa. The iLab is in Building 37, located between the Campus Center and Kuykendall Hall. The 3,500 square foot standalone building is in the middle of the campus, making it readily available to everyone. The building had been largely dormant since UH staff moved into the new Information Technology Center that opened across campus in 2014. It cost $100,000 to renovate the building and create and furnish the iLab. Actually, that's not a lot. It was relatively inexpensive to put it together. The iLab's mission is to expose the students of UH Manoa to experiences that help them participate in innovation and entrepreneurship in response to campus challenges and competitions and otherwise, and to encourage participation not only by the schools and departments at UH Manoa, but by the wider community. The iLab features floating whiteboards, chairs, and tables that can be moved anywhere, and most importantly, an absence of walls, all of which will help foster the free flow of thought and sharing of ideas across multiple disciplines. The space is also equipped with rapid prototyping equipment like 3D printers and laser cutters that allow students to turn design concepts into working models. The iLab is already being used for classes, workshops, lectures, and in the future will play host to events like Startup Weeks and Innovation Challenges. The iLab is a venue for workshops and classes during the day, such as Startup 101 and Design Thinking. 4 hours a day, 4 to 8 p.m. are set aside as open time, when students can walk in and use the space as they please. The iLab is managed by Bob Nakata, who is a serial entrepreneur in Silicon Valley. Student monitors are also on duty. Nakata said, "It's a great opportunity for students to come and collaborate on ideas they think are good, work on their own projects, and for that matter, start their own companies." UH Manoa schools and colleges already participating in the iLab include architecture, arts and humanities, business, engineering, natural sciences, and tropical agriculture and human resources. UH President David Lassner called the lab another facet of our aggressive and comprehensive efforts to develop and build a thriving innovation, research, education, and training enterprise at UH. By developing talented entrepreneurs from among our faculty and students and fortifying the innovation ecosystem at UH, he said, we are playing a key role in Hawaii's efforts to diversify our economy, create high-quality jobs, and build the foundation for new revenue sources through the Hawaii Innovation Initiative. So, at the suggestion of Song Choi, Associate Dean of the College of Engineering, one of the organizers of the iLab, we went to see the place. We looked at the equipment, we watched a Startup 101 class on corporate finance, and we talked to Bob Nakata and the teaching assistants there.
Welcome to the iLab. This lab is a creation by the College of Engineering, the School of Business, College of Arts and Sciences, and led by the Vice President of Research and Innovation for the UH system. And even though iLab, which is in Building 37, and if you are anywhere familiar with Building 37, it is very central to the campus of Manoa. But this is also supposed to be space that is open to not only the students, faculty, staff of Manoa, but anybody in the UH system as well as our adjoining communities. So we're going to do a quick walkthrough of some of the stuff, but what you can see here is that it is a very open space, mobile furniture, desks, chairs, and you can come in here and move whiteboards, use the computers, internet access, and create innovation.
So what you're looking at here is the USS Enterprise, as if you're actually there, using this visualization platform that was developed by Professor Jason Lee and his students at what's known as the Lava Lab. And so this is one example of their visualization capabilities. I've got other demos I can show you as well. The other component that they've developed is called Sage 2, which is a collaboration tool that allows multiple remote sites to collaborate on a single visual platform. You can share documents, you can basically collaborate. We're running this on a Alien PC. It's a high-end graphics server type PC. There's also what we call Cyber Canoe, coined by Professor Jason Lee. Stands for Collaboration, Analysis, Navigation, and Observation Environment. So check this out. You are now inside a molecule, or actually this is a gold encapsulated capsule that's supposed to be inside a stomach. What's cool about this is you can fly through it, fly around it, zoom in, zoom out, pan and scan. So it's quite the visualization tool. Essentially, you see a couple of the asteroids that were recent near misses. You can see the space station there in the background. And what's cool is, in a minute, you'll see it on the scale of Oahu. So they actually pan out and you'll see the island of Oahu. So the iLab is an opportunity, it's a venue for students to pursue their creativity, their innovation and entrepreneurial ideas. And so I teach a startup class here. In fact, the class is now gathering. So to introduce students to startups, the class name is Startup 101. And this is the 4th semester that I'm teaching it. We've had pretty good success with the graduates competing in the business plan competitions, both the Breakthrough Innovation Challenge as well as the business plan competition put on by PACE. So it's a good experience for them. And the beauty about being here in the iLab is if they want to prototype, piece of hardware, we've got 3D printers over there. We've got a 3D scanner, which is really cool. We've got digital animation workstations, plus these collaboration tools like these panels. The furniture, as you can see, is all on casters, caster wheels, so we can easily reconfigure for small working group sessions. The iLab is a open venue. In fact, every day we have open sessions from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. where students can come and go and work on their independent projects. We do have student monitors that are here in the lab to assist students with any of the equipment.
It's not only open to the students, it's open to anybody in the community that wants to come here and, in a way, collaborate with our students as well as faculty and staff on potential and possible projects. College of Engineering has been asked to lead the effort, but this is an open lab which does not belong to engineering. It belongs to the university system, and thus anybody can come here. This would be the central unit of innovation. From here, they have laboratories in the art building, laboratories in the architecture building. We have one in engineering called a Fab Lab, which is really the more traditional maker space with the high-tech equipment, and they can go over there to refine whatever design they have here. OTED's relationship with the iLab is they want more ideas to be patented because transfer of technologies is their bread and butter. So they are actually having gatherings in here as well. So as I was mentioning before, we have the IEEE professional chapter have monthly lecture series here where anybody is welcome to attend. This was a collaborative effort between architecture, art, engineering, a lot of the other entities, business. So this is not owned by one group. You see the wall layout, the reason triangles were picked were because that triangles kind of make up any type of shape you want. So we want people to be innovative. This was something that was thought up by one of the faculty members in the art school. The color scheme of this place, same thing. The bright colors are so to make it a bright place to come. They do have projectors. They have modular everything, chairs. You can bring a table in here and have your meeting. So the good thing about these moving whiteboards is that if you notice throughout the rest of the laboratory, we have many, many of these. And you can block off your own little space with your own little group, and you can have your little meeting. We want them to write stuff on there. They can leave the information on there if they want, because maybe somebody will pick up on the idea and call you, and you're looking for that partner that was good in business or law. and that's what we're trying to do.
So think of this 3D scanner as the inverse of a 3D printer. You can take an object, whether it's this calibration cube, or in this case it's a octopus. You set it on the rotating platform here, and it actually rotates the object that you're scanning, hits it with a laser beam, which then captures that information in 3 dimensions and recreates a digital file. Yeah, I think 3D scanners are not quite as popular as 3D printers yet, but obviously there are a lot of applications for it. For example, if you want to replicate a part, rather than having to go out to the original manufacturer and wait, you can now actually scan the part and then go print it. So the way 3D printers work is it's an additive process where it actually melts the filament. So that's what the spool is here. So it's a type of plastic basically that's melted right here, and then the platform itself is what moves so that it's going to recreate the device or the object that you're printing. So there are classes, one taught by Professor Garmeyer. There are the student monitors that are here during the open sessions, and they can actually teach the students how to use it. We're having our grand opening next week, in fact. We did a soft launch last September. We received our furniture in December, January. So yeah, it's still brand new. We've got all the new furniture that came in. Students love it. And so yeah, we're hoping that more students will participate. There's an ICS class, computer science, software engineering. There's a dance and theater professor who teaches the class here. There's also a journalism class, actually 2 journalism classes. So we've got interdisciplinary topics being taught here by various professors from different colleges. In fact, I should probably head over to my class and start teaching since my students are here. Okay, so today I want to talk about valuation. So I know a lot of you had questions recently about how do you go about valuing your company, and obviously that's a key parameter that you need to evaluate and determine anytime you're raising an investment, whether it's friends or family VCs or the Shark Tank. So last week we talked about net income. So remember, net income is your bottom line. And so that's important because in terms of valuation, you can use that number, use what's called a PE ratio, and come up with a valuation number.
You know, we have the fashion school right next door. We have the campus center next door. We have the English language department, the art. In actuality, engineering, physics, business, and law, who are more oriented towards the innovation and entrepreneurship, are some of the schools that are furthest away from the space. And we're trying to attract a lot of these other people to come in and work with us. As you saw, like the theater group that are having classes in here. So we hope everybody, whoever sees this, utilizes this space by coming down here and talking to our students or monitors and whoever, and figure out how they can become part of this.
A few days later, they had the formal dedication of the iLab. Here are some photos. We had a talk show with Song Choi on finding common ground at UH Manoa last week.
If you've gone to the university maybe 20, 30 years ago, it used to be the registration building.
Really?
And if you were there maybe 10, 15 years ago, it was the IT building. And now that the IT building has a big new giant glass building,
Lasner Hall.
we got this old plantation hall to do what we want with it.
Great.
And we made it into what we call an innovation space or innovation lab. And the good thing about it is it's open to everybody and anybody. And that's not only the students, the faculty, the staff, even the community in that area. A high school student that came to me to do a science fair project, she wanted to do fashion design incorporated with some sort of technology. So we got her to use 3D scanners, 3D printers, and create innovative fabric. In fact, she ended up making new types of scarves that had heating elements inside. So you can go watch a Green Bay Packers game and not feel cold. So if you look at, I think it was the new 787, the Dreamliner or something like that, which had some problems coming off the assembly line, but many of those parts are carbon fiber. They're not steel anymore. So theoretically, all those carbon fiber parts could be 3D printed.
Yeah.
And
as strong as carbon fiber, and that's very strong.
It's stronger than steel.
Yeah.
And I remember a couple of conferences where they had larger 3D printers, and they were actually printing bicycle parts. They printed the frame, they printed the wheels, and then all they did is put the rubber tires on, and they had the chains, and they put it all together, and you could actually ride it.
So the miracle, of course, is in the computer that is able to, print to a very precise, measurement. But the other thing is the material science that you can do carbon fiber, in a 3D printer. And next thing you know, there'll be something beyond carbon fiber or a better. So the guys who are working on material science are going to have a big input on 3D printing.
I think every aspect of science, mathematics, and engineering. And engineering, when I say that, includes material science, computer programming, everything. The precision and the accuracy is one. The other is the minute technologies, like the nanotechnology aspects. We're beginning to come up with like injectors that are so small that you can get to fine points of printing, which gives
miniaturization.
Yeah, that's right. Miniaturization of everything. The material science, as we make stronger materials of smaller components, hey, they're going to become more and more accessible. They're going to be used more. Everything will improve.
So that's why the 3D printing is a big piece of the iLab.
Yes. The development of stuff, so what we call innovation and creativity, is not only limited to design anymore. And your designs are based on the type of materials that you have access to. So for instance, let's look at building designs. Everybody thought buildings had to be boring and they had to be this matchbox, square, or rectangular shape. You go to places like Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Singapore, you have funny shaped, sailboat-shaped buildings and these contorted
Something out of
shapes.
science
Yeah,
fiction.
That's right.
It's out of a movie.
That's
you
right.
know?
So the typical thinking or the stereotypical thinking that we had as to what a house needs to be, you might as well just throw it out the window now. It's all gone.
Yeah.
Which means all those vehicles that we saw as potential flying saucers, they are now reality. It's that all we have to do is come up with the right material and anything becomes possible.
Want to know more about the iLab at UH Manoa? Here's the link to learn what's going on there. And now let's take a look at our ThinkTech calendar of events going forward. ThinkTech broadcasts its talk shows live on the internet from noon to 5 p.m. on weekday afternoons, and then we broadcast our earlier shows all night long, and some people listen to them all night long. If you missed a show, or you want to replay or share any of our shows, they're all archived on demand on thinktechhawaii.com and YouTube. For our audio stream, go to thinktechhawaii.com/radio. Visit thinktechhawaii.com for our weekly calendar and our live stream and YouTube links, or, better yet, sign on to our email list and get the daily docket of our upcoming shows. ThinkTech has a high-tech video studio at Pioneer Plaza. We invite you to come down, see our studio, and be part of our live audience. Contact Jay at thinktechhawaii.com. Be a part of our civic engagement and raise your awareness on ThinkTech. Go ahead, give us a thumbs up on YouTube or send us a tweet at ThinkTechHI. We want to know what you're thinking and how you feel about current issues and events affecting Hawaii. We want you to stay in touch with us, and we want to stay in touch with you. Let's think together. On May 19th, ThinkTech, along with Bob Toyofuku and Hawaii advocates, will present a post-session analysis of what happened at the 2016 legislature, featuring a panel of the legislators who were involved. This downtown forum is called our 2016 Legislative Look Back. Join us and raise your awareness about the critical changes affecting and taking place in Hawaii. Be a part of the conversation and sign up to attend on ThinkTechHawaii.com. Want to speak out about a community issue or event? ThinkTech invites you to come down to our studio and make a video at our Speakers Corner. If you'd like to express yourself, contact Jay at ThinkTechHawaii.com. We'll be right back to wrap up this week's edition of ThinkTech, but first we want to thank our underwriters. Okay, that wraps up this week's edition of ThinkTech. Remember, you can watch ThinkTech on OC16 several times every week. Can't get enough of it. For additional times, check out oc16.tv. For lots more ThinkTech videos and for underwriting and sponsorship opportunities on ThinkTech on OC16, visit thinktechhawaii.com. Be a guest or a volunteer, a producer or an intern, and help us reach and have an impact on Hawaii. Thanks so much for being a part of our ThinkTech family and for supporting our open discussion of tech, energy, diversification, and globalism in Hawaii. You can watch this show throughout the week and tune in next Sunday evening for our next important weekly episode. I'm Elise Anderson. Aloha, everyone.